You can retrofit a cruise control in the popular Vito. Important: before starting any work on the airbag, disconnect the battery at the negative terminal. Only then can the airbag be safely removed. Start by loosening 2 screws at the back of the steering wheel. Then take out the airbag. Separate the brown and black plug connection, and afterwards the green plug in the middle. Store the airbag away from the vehicle with the exit side on top. Now get someone to help. A colleague holds the steering wheel. And with a little strength, you can unscrew the steering wheel from the steering column. Next, remove 3 screws of the steering column module. Then undo the plug connection. Next, take out the steering angle sensor and undo the plug. Now the indicator combination switch is accessible and can be taken out. Here too, there's a plug connection to be disconnected. Only the steering column trim remains. Undo 2 clips in the sleeve, and the trim can be removed. You receive the part set with the order number on screen. To connect the cruise control, remove the air duct under the steering column. Undo the screws in the trim and take out the plastic duct. Now undo the ignition switch module and move it down into the footwell. Bring the new steering column trim into position before you connect the cruise control. Then thread the plug cable through the trim so that it runs behind the steering column. Make sure that it doesn't block the steering column adjuster. First, put on the combination switch onto the steering column, then the cruise control switch. Don't forget the plug connections. Now move the cruise control cable into the footwell. Plug it into the available slot in the ignition module. Then put the ignition switch back in its place. Screw on the switch modules. Now the steering wheel is next. Lead the cables through the recess in the steering wheel. Tighten the steering wheel with a torque of 80 Nm. Tighten the airbag screws with 6 Nm. A final tip: exchange the accelerator pedals in vehicles without automatic transmission. The new accelerator pedal is equipped with an additional switch for the kickdown function. Now the installation is finished. Next, in Star Diagnosis, teach in the new cruise control module. Start in the main group. In the list, choose the cruise control. Make a note of the retrofit code MS1. Also, you'll see which listed control units need an SCN coding. In this case, it's ESP. Click twice on F1. Through the information about retrofits and modifications screen, you'll reach the after-sales platform. Log on. Now enter the equipment code MS1 and click on F3. With that, the entry in VDoc is finished. In main groups, carry out a short test of all control units. With all configuration changes in the Vito and Viano, an SCN coding must be carried out in EZS, so select EZS. In control unit adaptations, choose the SCN coding. Click on the online variation. During the code-decode process, you're asked to switch off the ignition and then on again. After the SCN coding of the EZS control unit was successfully carried out, print out a protocol for your documents. Repeat the process for the control unit ESP. Now back in the vehicle, carry out a functional test of the cruise control. Also check the new accelerator pedal with the kickdown function. Now the vehicle is ready for the customer.